In today's video, guys, I'm going to be showing you the new top 5 best loadouts to use here in Battlefield 6. If you're trying to get better at the game, higher kill games, and increase your KD ratio, you need to copy these builds down. So if you guys are new and find this video help you out in any way, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel with noties on, and let's get into it. So now getting into our first weapon in this list, we do have the Cord 6P67 Assault Rifle. It does not matter where you use this weapon. If it's up close, if it's super long range, this weapon deletes people very quickly, and this should be one of the main weapons that you're using right now here in Battlefield 6. But if we start with the muzzle here first, for attachment number 1, we are going to add on the linear compensator. This is going to reduce the horizontal recoil this weapon gets, so with the other attachments that we're going to run on this weapon, overall, the recoil pattern is going to be smoother, the weapon's easier to control, so this is going to be a great way to start off our build. Now for the barrel, we are going to add on the 415mm fluted barrel. This is giving us faster aim down sight speed and better accuracy when aimed down sights and moving. I like to move around when I'm aimed down sights a lot. I dodge those bullets when I'm strafing, so we are more accurate when doing that. That's great, but the main thing is we are aiming down sights faster to have that more of an aggressive running on type of playstyle, especially with this weapon having a very fast time to kill. Now, for the underbarrel here, we are going to add on the ribbed vertical grip. This is going to reduce the recoil on this weapon, so I'm not really worried about that just because I feel like it's easy to control the weapons in this game. So the ribbed vertical grip and the linear compensator being on is going to make this weapon shoot very smooth. It's going to be very accurate no matter what gunfight you get into. If it's up close, if it's long range, it does not matter. You are going to be shooting straight, so make sure to have this on. If you need help with anything on Battlefield 6, U4GM has you covered. They offer legit and fast services such as leveling up your guns and account and helping you with any hard challenges in the game. On their website, they also sell XP codes, rare skins, and items that you can buy, and you can go use code PARA for 5% off. Now for the magazine, we are going to add on the 30-round fast mag. I don't care about reloading all the time. As long as it reloads very quick, I'm fine with that. So adding on the 30-round fast mag is going to help us out. Our mag's empty, or we have to reload. It's very quick. We get back into action. That's why I like my builds. Now, if we go up to the optic here next, I like using any of the optics that cost only 10 points here. My go-tos are the Mini Flex. I like running the RMR. I like running the OSA 7, and I also like running the ROS. Also, the holographic, the Su-123, is very good. For this build, we are running the OSA 7. I like this because it is a nostalgic type AEK 971 build from Battlefield 4. Of course, I like using it, so we're going to add this on. But like I say in my loadout videos, use whatever you like. If you have to change something else on the optic for a higher optic or something like that, go ahead and do that. But the OSA 7 is really good. And then for our final attachment here, we are going to the right accessory, and we're going to be adding on the 50 milliwatt green laser for a crazy amount of hip fire. It's going to help out so much if we need a hip fire, if you're someone who likes to only hip fire, or if you believe that you only need a hip fire in this game. You have 62 hip fire on this build now, so it's insane. But go ahead and copy the build down. This thing is insane. Now for our next weapon here, we have the KV9, aka the Vector. This is the fast killing weapon in the game with a rate of fire of 1,000, almost 1,100. Very broken weapon, but you have to reload a lot. There is no large mag size on this weapon at all, so you have to kind of deal with reloading a lot on this weapon, regardless of what magazine you use. But for this build, we are going to start with the muzzle, and we're actually going to be adding on the standard suppressor here. It is going to make us more of a ghost on the map, so we're getting more kills, we're dying less. This build, or this weapon in particular, I like flanking a lot, so just being able to be a ghost on the entire map, it's going to be difficult for people to pinpoint where you are and everything, is going to help us out. So we are going to run the standard suppressor here. Now for the barrel, we are going to go ahead and just run the normal factory barrel. This is giving us faster aim down sight speed, which is nice, which is allowing us to be more aggressive, have that running gun type of playstyle. We want that with this SMG, with it being the fast killing weapon in the game, so we are going to stick with the standard barrel. Now for my underbarrel here, we are going to add on the ribbed vertical grip. This is going to reduce a lot of the recoil on this weapon. Again, with it having the fast time to kill, the fastest fire rate in the game, there is a lot of recoil, so adding this on is going to calm it down, making it so much easier to control. That's what we want and need, so make sure to have this on. Now for the magazine, we are going to add on the 23-round mag. A little rant here, I wish and I hope they do end up buffing the mag size on this weapon. I feel like 23 is a bit too low. Regardless though, at most you are getting 3 kills per magazine if you're hitting your shots or if they're weak, but maybe at most if they're full health, you might be getting 2 kills max before you have to reload on any of these magazines, so it's kind of unfortunate, but we are going to go with the highest mag size that we have right now at level 31, which is 23. Now, we're going to go up here to the iron sights or the optic, and we're going to be adding on the mini flex, which is going to allow the iron sights or the optic to be a little bit higher on the weapon, just because we are going to be using a laser on this weapon. I don't want my vision to be blocked whatsoever by the laser, so we are going with the mini flex because it is going to jump up a little bit higher. So when we aim down sights, we're not going to be seeing that laser, so make sure to add on the mini flex. And then we're going to go to the top accessory and add on the 5MW green laser for better hip fire accuracy. This weapon is really good with hip firing, so if you want to hip fire with this weapon, go ahead and do it. But again, as you can see here, my optic is not going to be blocked by my laser now since I'm running the mini flex. But again, the Vector, the KV9, whatever you want to call it, is the fast killing weapon in the game right now, and this is the build you should use. Now, jumping into our third weapon here, we do have the B36A4, aka the G36C. Now, I'm going to be completely honest, I do believe this is going to be the best AR that you can use in the Battle Royale once it drops in Season 1. This weapon's good up close, it's good at long range, it has really good damage, and also, it's very easy to use here. But for this build, we are going to start with the muzzle, and we are going to add on the standard suppressor. This is going to help us just be more of a ghost on the map. It's going to be difficult for people to find us, pinpoint where we are on the map, so we can get a kill, kind of rotate into a different area, and no one's going to be able to really find us. We're getting more kills, we're dying less. That's how I like my build, so we're going to throw this on for attach number 1. Now for my barrel next, we are going to add on the 480mm fluted barrel. This is going to increase our aim down sight speed, allowing us to be more aggressive up close in those medium range gunfights, and also while moving around, if we're aimed down sights, we are going to be more accurate. I like my builds like this also just because in my gunfights, I do tend to strafe a lot, so I'm dodging bullets and everything, so adding this on is going to allow us to be more aggressive and be more accurate when moving, so we are going to add this on for our barrel. Now for my underbarrel, we are going to add on the classic vertical grip. This is going to greatly reduce our recoil. We're going to have full control of this weapon no matter what gunfight we get into. If it's up close, if it's super long range, we are going to be hitting our shots very accurately with this attachment being on. It's going to help out so much, just getting more kills and everything, being more accurate, so make sure to add on the classic vertical grip. For the magazine here next, we are going to add only 30 round fast mag. I say this all the time with my builds. I do not care about reloading a lot as long as the fast reload. If it's a fast reload, I do not care. The 30 round fast mag is going to go on here. If we have to reload, it's very quick. We get back into action and keep going crazy. So we are going to add only 30 round fast mag here. And then for our final attachment, we are going to the optic, which I'm going to be going with the one that's a 10 point here, which we're going to be using the ROM 1.75 times. I like using this one a lot just because I can see up close still. Also, I can see at medium range and long range, and it's very clear. I know what I'm shooting at. I can see at longer ranges, so I can get into any gunfight, still be accurate, hit my shots, move on to a different target. Again, no matter what range it's at. The G36C, the B36A4, whatever you want to call it, is a really good weapon, and you need to use this build. Now for our next weapon, we do have an LMG in this list. This is the DRS IAR. I've been seeing a lot of people use it. I tried it out. I'm not gonna lie, I had super fun with it. Since I used it till I got it to level 20, I dropped a 60+ kill game every game I use this weapon. It feels like an AR. The aim down sight speed's a little bit slower just because it is an LMG, but this thing is super fun and it definitely deserves a spot in this list. But if we start with the build here, we do have the muzzle, which we are going to add on the compensated break. This is going to minimize that recoil buildup. The longer that you shoot this weapon, the recoil isn't going to be that bad. Also, it's going to improve that recoil recovery, so the weapon is going to be a little bit easier to use here. So we are going to add this on. It's going to be more accurate, make the weapon more smooth, and that's what we want here. Now for the barrel next, we are going to go ahead and throw in the 20-inch LE barrel. This is going to increase our bullet velocity with this weapon and also give us faster aim down sight speed. We're being a little bit more aggressive. Our bullets are traveling faster and air to hit our targets faster. Overall, making this weapon 100 times better to use, so make sure you have this barrel on. Now for the underbarrel next, we're actually going to be using one of the angled grips, which we're going to be using the slim angled grip here. We're getting a little bit of recoil control here, which there's not too much recoil on this weapon now since we are running that muzzle, but it's always good to have a little bit more recoil control. But we are getting a faster aim down sight speed, and we're also getting a faster weapon draw. So if we're constantly switching weapons, going to our secondary, our weapon's going to draw faster when we bring it back out. But the main thing is we are getting that faster aim down sight speed. We're going to make it feel more of an AR now with a faster aim down sight speed, so make sure you have on the slim angled grip. Now for the magazine, we are going to go ahead and throw only 30 round fast mag here. Again, you know, I really don't care about reloading all the time. As long as the reload is very quick, I can quickly get back into those gunfights. That's all it really matters. So we are going to add only 30 round fast mag here. Now for this build, we are going to be using the iron sights. The iron sights just look like the M4A1 iron sights. They're very good. They're easy to see out of. When you're aimed down sights, you can see everything. So if you need to snap onto a different target, it's going to allow you to do that as well. Just overall, some very clean iron sights here, so we're going to use them. And then for our final attachment, we are going to the top accessory, and we're going to be adding on the 50 milliwatt green laser for a lot of hip fire accuracy. If you can't aim down sights in a gunfight, just go ahead and hip fire. The hip fire is great in this game. It's good on this weapon already. We're going to make it a lot better with this laser, so go ahead and throw this on. Again, I'm not going to lie, right now, I have to say this might be my favorite weapon out of all the weapons I've used so far, just because how broken it is. And then jumping into our final weapon in this list, we have the SCW-10 SMG. This thing is super crazy. 33 damage, high mobility, good control. I mean, bro, this thing is super fun. You got to use it. If you love SMGs, you are going to fall in love with this weapon here. But in this build, we are going to start with the muzzle, which we are going to start with the standard suppressor. We have a stealthy build here. We're getting more kills. We're dying less. That's how I like my build. So we are going to start with this for the attachment number 1. For the barrel, make sure I add on the extended barrel for the faster bull velocity. The bull velocity is still low even with this barrel, but it does help out a ton in those longer range gunfights. So we want our bullets traveling faster. It is going to make the weapon a little bit better, so make sure you have on the extended barrel here. For the underbarrel here, make sure you add on the ribbed vertical grip. You could go with the 6H64 if you wanted to here as well, but we're just going to stick with the ribbed vertical. The rate of fire isn't too fast, so the recoil or the gun kick isn't too bad. So we're just going to add on the ribbed vertical, which is going to help out a little bit, just keeping the weapon under control and everything, and that's what we want. Now for our magazine, we are going to add on the 20 round mag. Now if you do have the 25, you could throw this on, but I feel like 45 points is just a huge waste, so we're just going to stick with the 20 here. I'm only weapon level 22, and you do have the largest mag at 20, so we're just going to add that on. Now we're going to go to our ergonomic, and we're going to add on the improved mag catch. This is going to give us a little bit faster of a reload time, so that is going to be nice to have on. I always like to have these on my builds. And then we are going to the optic, which I like using the ROS 1.25 times on this. It sits up a little bit higher, but I just like how it looks. It's very clean, very easy to use, but use whatever of the 10 points you want. There is a lot of good choices. Just use whatever you want. Use what you're more comfortable with. But for me, the ROS is going to go on. Here's the full build for this, but I'm telling you, these are the top 5 best weapons with their loadouts right now here in Battlefield 6 before Season 1. Copy these down. You will go crazy. I promise. You are going to increase your KD, get higher kill games, level up faster and everything. You will go crazy and play a lot better with these builds. But guys, thanks so much for watching. I hope these loadouts help you, and I'll see you on the next one.